Hello. Not sure if you can hear me or not, but just trying to get everything set up. Okie dokie. I'm trying to remember which one of these things shows what I'm trying to show. Hi Ben Source, hi Mr. Curler. Great to see you both here today. I'll find the button in a minute. I was going to do some Octamed streaming on the Amiga, but for various different reasons, mainly down to my ineptitude, I've not quite got the Amiga working properly yet. So I thought what I'd do is have a little crack at making some Spectrum beeper music. So, like everyone else, I assumed that the Spectrum was just a crappy little machine with a buzzer for a speaker, and it wasn't capable of making any music or any kind of noise, mainly having heard stuff like Manic Miner and that kind of thing. But I got switched on to some of the 1-bit beeper music that's been done on the Spectrum. A few different artists, Tim Follin, particularly back in the day, managed to make a kind of a 3-channel sound routine. And it sounds bloody dreadful, but it's quite clever that it's coming out of basically a doorbell. So I thought I'd have a crack at it. So I've downloaded this piece of software, which is what I've got. Oops, a daisy, I don't know what I just did then. Oh right, when you wiggle a window around it makes all the other ones minimise. I downloaded this piece of software called OneTracker, which is a ZX Spectrum beeper program. I'm going to have a little bit of a look at the instructions, try and work out what to do. I've got a real Spectrum there, and the plan is, oh my thing's just frozen. The plan is to try and make it so that I can play, so I can play the music on this real Spectrum, and it'll come out through the speakers. That's the plan. Steps. So that's the plan. Let's, which one of these is it? Is it that one? Ah, there we go. So yeah, the software I've downloaded, OneTracker, basically looks like this. It appears to just be a normal tracker. I've got keyboards, I can beep the noise when I do that. I can delete. So it looks like I should be able to work out how to use it. I don't know what all these things at the top mean. I'm going to work it out in a minute. First of all, I'm going to hit the help screen and see what I can find out. So, quick sip of the old. I'll have that later. So we've got left, right, shift, tab, up, down, do all that. Rest note, 1 or A, I'll forget that. Hold enter to play song. Space to split into a block. Control F to name the block, I'll go around that. Loops. Octave up and down. Control and stuff. Just a minute, right. Steps, Paradroid 90, I quite enjoyed it. I think the proper Paradroid is better, but yeah, it wasn't bad. So I've got these buttons on here. I've got a help button, I've got save, I've got load, I've got play. F4 didn't do anything. Or F5. Got info, title, author, and how long the compiled song will take. I've got engine. I did have a quick look at this out. I've got all these different engines to choose from, which are all different ways of using the beeper. I'm going to start off with the one that it comes with, and maybe try some other ones later on if we have some fun. This one has got 3 channels of tone with 32 selectable waveforms, customizable click drum, kick with sweep reset, hi-hat, low-hat. KP is initial kick pitch, NV is hat volume. Well, let's see what it does then. So, got that, track 3, DKPAB. Let's load one of the sample tones and see if we can work out what's happening. Which one shall I pick? Headbanger. Yes, it's an acquired taste. So that's basically what it does. So we've got speed, track 1, track 2, and drums. So I guess if I go back to the original screen that I had again, I should. Mic is being drowned a bit. I'll turn that desktop audio right down. I can't bear headphones, so I'll try not to put them on if I can. If you imagine what that sound is, if putting headphones on and listening to that, it's not going to do me any good at all. Such nice PWM. Beautiful pulse wave modulation, I guess. So yeah, the speaker in these things is just a simple on or off 1-bit speaker. Somehow or other, they managed to modulate the movement of the speaker in and out in a way that makes it sound as if it's making a tune, which is a bit mad, but yeah, that's a beeper. And yeah, you can play it on a real Spectrum apparently, so we'll see. We will see. So I've got speed, track 1, DWF waveform. That's with the drum track. Let's try and get some drums first then. Engine not provided any data. Ooh. So can we just the speed then? How does it work? Ah, okay. Okay, so that makes a buzz. I'll slow that down. Oops. That speeds it up. Let's try. I'm making some clicks. Yeah, PSA is making it. To make anything resembling a tune, you had to do something like this, but obviously they'd do it with a Spectrum program back in the day. I believe that Tim Follen created a 3-track program that you could type in something like Your Sinclair, and that's what most of them are based on. Now these are all modern ones that have been created by people that are very clever. But essentially, yeah, if you wanted to make something resembling a tune, this is how you would do it. Oh yes. Well, there's only one thing I can do with this, isn't there? Can you just cut and paste this? I guess I can just... It would appear that on this it doesn't have blocks in the same way that a tracker tune would. It just kind of is. Yeah, Joe does. That's what I thought. As soon as I started doing that. Oh, thanks for the follow. So I guess it was. So yeah, it was. Yeah, something like that. It's copying my drums down a bit like that. So it said something like space. Oh, no. Right. It's just the most fun you ever had. Oh, thanks for hosting me, Hazemaker. What's that nice speaker? Two. Is that it? I'll do that again. So if we get this little section here, we should be able to make it so that we can play some little tunes. Another 4 bars in there. What do these waveform controls do? Let's other way. So let's find out what the waveforms are. It says you can have a waveform from 0 to 32, which I guess will be in hexadecimal. Oh! How cool is that? Oh shit. Got a number lock on or something. Lost my place now. Control F. So I don't want to go backwards, I want to delete that. What was the controls? So delete clear field underset, backspace, delete position of current channel with shift. Control is save. Let's save. F2. New file. I'm definitely going to break this in a minute. 3.1.2. Just put notes off there. Right, how do you do notes off? Shout out if you see it. I want to put a note off so that note stops playing. Alt and enter. Enter note. Enter rest note. Enter hold. Is that what I want to do? Get a rest note. Try that. Hello, Agnes the Duke. Yeah, thank you for coming along. Look at that work, but I've broken my my thingy somewhere, aren't I? I've broken my this bit. Open that. Evening quiz or Sam Cooper. What's my place now? So what's that place in there? Let's try that. $2K already. Something happened here, it was off. Bam, 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 bam. What is that? Is that how it goes? Let's change that waveform. Oh, no. That's fun, that. I think, oops, that's not it. Okay, we've got some sound, so we've got something that we can play now, haven't we? So let's save that. Yes. Let's export that as a tap file. This is where we try to use Spectrum. I've got an SD card, Spectrum, which I plug into there. I've then got to work out where the hell I saved that file to. Aha, there it is. Oh, oops. Don't need to move that. So I've got, if I put my monitor on. So what I've got now is, put the Spectrum in. We're going to see if this works. So I've got that. I've got blue Monday.tap. I can copy that. I can put it in my future was 8-bit SD2IE. No, it's not called that. It's called something. What's it called? Div MMC Future. Excellent bit of kit. So I should be able to do that. Eject that. Then, in theory at least, I should be able to work out how to make the spectrum come on the screen. This could be a challenge, bear with me. So that should be here. Spectrum. Reset. Hi, Muffin. No Atari today, just terrible Spectrum bleepers. So I think I pressed this button. I'm not very good at this yet. Aha, there we go. So I'll show you the music folder that I've just made. Enter. Boomon.tap. I would say that was a success. Kinda. So yeah, just let me switch my inputs back around again because I'm getting confused now. If I switch my input back, so yes, to answer the questions in the chat there, is it that one? No, is it that one? Yeah. So we're not going to play Atari, we're going to play Terrible Spectrum. Acmathin, yeah, I put the music on this SD card, and as if by magic, it goes into here, at the top, into this Div MMC Future, and then I can load it on the Spectrum as if it were a tape, which is what it was doing there. Yes, the tracker works on PC, so it's a PC-based tracker and it does magic and makes it into machine code that runs on the Spectrum. And yeah, it's not SID, but yeah. Here's Maker, it's playing twice at the same time because I forgot to mute my desk microphone when I played it, so you were hearing the buzzer of the Spectrum through the microphone, and you're also hearing the microphone output of the Spectrum coming through the speakers as well. So that was the reason, because I'm hearing it twice as well. Once out of the speaker and once out of the TV. But I've got to say, it's bloody awful, but in kind of a good way. Yes, Power Red Shirt. 01. What's on the mic? There we go. So, yeah, so it's something a bit like music. Thanks for the follow, Mads28. It's approaching music, it's not quite what I would want to listen to, but I've heard some really cool stuff that's been done with this buzzer, and I want a piece of it. So I thought I'll try now. We'll see what these other engines are and what they do, because we've kind of proven the point that we can make something. Alerts behind the PC screen. Oh, have I done something silly? If I put alert box at the top, does that make it come at the top? I used to do the arpeggio chords, can it do those? I'm going to say no, because I can't find a button that does it, but I've got all these engines here, and one of these might. So we can have a look and see what we can find. And bearing in mind that we're playing with a buzzer, so it's a simple one bit, in or out. It's either at the top of its duty cycle or at the bottom of it. It's pure magic the way that they somehow managed to blend these sounds together, because it is just a one channel beeper. How they do it, I don't know. But I've got all these different engines here that do various different things. Sampled drums. We've got to try that one, haven't we? Control and enter change engine. Unsafe data will be lost. So I'll put speed in there. That was drums on that one, wasn't it? Buzzes. Oh, maybe there's no samples that come with it. Two channels of tone, detune, sustain, power, speed, sample, drums. Speed, note, detune, sustain, drum. Don't understand. See what else we've got. Ear shaker. Looks the same. Kind of buzzy noises. 2-channel, no loop support, 2 drum sounds. Tim Follin, which I believe is the original one that everyone used to use on the Spectrum. Speed, attack, decay. Track 1, detune, track 2, detune, track 3, detune. You. Yeah, that ain't nice, is it? Let's try Hubie, 100 bytes of code with detune. Why I don't want to hear that YM nonsense. Linden Sharp 89, 2-channel. Linden Sharp MB. Music box, 2 channels of square tone, noise and kick drums. Music studio. Simple slide drum in a range of pitches. Try that one. How much fun is that? So we've got loads and loads of choices, there's loads of different things that we could try and make. There's in quite an odd way on deleting stuff in it. I'm not sure how it works. Let's close and restart it again. Often fixes a multitude of problems. Everything, yeah, 1 bit you can turn it on or off, so the beeper itself is either making a noise or not. That's what all I know. I'm not a Spectrum user, to be honest. It's just something that 6 channels of tone with duty cycle and click drums. Look at all that. It's more than an Amiga. Expect some stuff happen then. One of your friends been converting the 1-bit place of VZ200, which is also Z80 and appears as a speaker. Getting the time right for the wheel hardware. I've got nothing but admiration for the people that have made this bit of software and somehow or other managed to make sound come out of the Spectrum that sounds like sound or like music. DOS had a beeper. Yeah, there are DOS beeper music programs that you can get that do the same kind of thing. The reason I'm doing it on a Spectrum is that I don't have a beeper in my PC, but I do have a Spectrum, which is otherwise going to be unused. Oh, great, I didn't miss about that. sort of works, doesn't it? So what else we've got? We've got ZX10 with no drums. So the first ever one. We're up here somewhere. Look at all these different types that we've got. T-beeper, 2-channel. So it looks like the one that it comes with is alright, but there's a different variety for all kinds of different stuff. Ooh, effects. Effects 1 is slide up, 2 is slide down, vibrato otherwise. Effects. Depth speed, I'm going to guess NPNV. Could be something to do with portamento and vibrato, I guess. Should we play with that? 3.5 megahertz, yeah, 3.5 megahertz. Of course, the Commodore 64 does it in 1 megahertz or just under on a PAL. And not that we're bragging. You have to put speed in there or else it spits its dummy out. Isn't that beautiful? What's this program? Yeah, this is OneTracker. I've heard of Bipolar, but only earlier on today while I was looking for programs. This is just the first one that I tried. Right, so I'm going to do some stuff with this and see what happens. It does pretty much nothing. So, right. Okay. That was fun. I'll load that back in again. Will that load back into the original engine? Okay. So moving all that past the end. endless fun. I'm sure you'll all agree. So I guess we could go on like this ad infinitum, adding bits and pieces and playing about in general. What else some of these other things do here then? So we've got a KP and an NV. KP is initial kick pitch, NV is hat volume. I don't want to do any of those. But I guess you could make some quite cool synth stuff with it. So a couple of limitations with it, obviously. You're working with a beeper is the obvious one. But I can't repeat patterns like I would in a tracker program. So I can't just create blocks of music and quickly copy them about and play them over and over again. It wants it to be sequential, which is quite limiting. It makes it quite hard to insert new stuff in. What's the time of those? Back quote, shift and back quote. Hi Master Blaster, yes I'm making music using a bleeper and I'm going to try it in a real spectrum in a moment and you can have a look. On so many, delete these lines. Oh, how do I delete these lines? Delete position of empty channel, insert a row, delete a row, split into a block. God, this is worse than bloody goat tracker. Why do I delete the note and bring it up backspace? Does that do it? Delete position of current channel with shift. What's happening? Oh, I'm going backwards. That's not what I want to do, is it? I was going backwards then. Oh shit. what I want to do is somehow bring this up here. So can I shift and do it? What happens there? I think I might have done it. Let's try that. Put one too many there, haven't I? I lost my place. I think I need to lose these ones as well, don't I? Like that. Oh, I broke it now. What have I done? Let's do that. Right. Let's close all that up there, look. And see what we've got here. I'm going to put it on a Spectrum in a minute, back my fin. I'm losing my place now. Let's give it a save. Let's get my SD card out. SD card. You can see an Amstrad Specky on the cam. Look at. That's a genuine Sinclair 48 Plus. Last of the Sinclairs. Same as the Toastrack 128, except not the same because it's 48K obviously, but it is an original Sinclair one, so I'm told. Certainly inside it looks like one. Made by Amstrad. I'm 99.999% sure this was the last Sinclair one, not the first of the Amstrad ones, but I'm willing to be proven wrong by somebody who knows more than me about Spectrum, which is going to be pretty much everybody. Right, I'm just going to try and copy this onto the... because that's Sam Coupe. With a name like Sam Coupe, you're definitely going to be right. I was right, it's not an Amstrad, thank goodness. Gosh, I don't want to get lumbered with an Amstrad, that'd be terrible. Right, I just need to find out whereabouts I've put my stuff. Open file location. So I'm just going to export this as tape file, bluemonday.tap, overwrite. I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it into my music folder, replace. It is now 3K. God, 3K for all that. Eject that. You don't need to have an argument about it, it's just how it is. And it is still a Spectrum. A Sinclair Spectrum. With no sound chip. Right, let's see. Oh crikey, I've just pressed something on Streamlabs and I don't know what happened. How do I get my... Oh shit, is that it? There we go. So I need to change that to... It's not a C64, but I've got a C64. I've got a C64, there's one, it's an upside down one. There's a C64. So we've still got one. Just today it's having a little bit of a rest while we try and make music on a doorbell. Now if I put my catcher on, I should now be able to press that button and we should be able to hear it. I'm going to mute my microphone. And see what happens. So I just need to switch my input on here. Oh, that one, press the wrong button. 1 sec. Put that on that. I need to mute my desk mic and we'll have a listen to what comes Well, how did that beautiful, beautiful piece of music sound? And I've got to say, not bad for a beeper. Have we got any examples in here of any Spectrum games that have particularly nice sound? I've got some with crap sound, just to kind of see the kind of thing that we're up against in making music for the Spectrum. Obviously there's Manic Miner. Oh, thanks for the raid, Donna, thanks. Excellent. I'll find it. I think we've just about beaten that. Exelon, you say? I will try. I'm not very good with this thing. I've got all the games in there. Exelon begins with an E. Takes a little while to load. Kronos. Yes, Kronos is apparently really good. We'll try that in a second. So Exelon will be in that folder. Then we'll try Kronos. Unfortunately, it's all like these DOS file names, and I really struggle to read them. Exelon. Exelon. That one? It's quiet. Modern drivers certainly have slightly better tuning. This sounds like a VIC-20. Okay, that's painful. What was the other one? So they begin with a C. Kronos. So yeah, so we're doing it with the beeper because if you put a proper sound chip into a computer, then it's hardly a challenge to make sounds come out of it. Whereas with this crazy little machine, that didn't work, did it? With this crazy little machine, you are really up against it trying to make it sound good. And that's what I kind of enjoy. Kronos. Is it Kronos with a CR or Kronos with a CH? To a folder then. I think I did. It's a little bit slow, but it's impressive that I can load tape files off basically an SD card in this day and age. Let's see. I can't get that camera right how it was before. I got so excited I was showing off its Sinclair credentials that I lost my way. With a CH. Okay. E, F, G. So I'll be in that folder. I think. ATV has music, try that one. Let's get Kronos first. Cha. I-O Chrono. I guess it's one of these. Modified by Bill Gilbert, 87. Modified with a Y. Modified it so it doesn't load by the look of it. Try a different version. After using the Ultimate 64, this is painful, but I've not yet worked out which games are worth having, so I'm not quite sure which ones to keep. Kronos, Gremlin 87. I can hear a tune in there somewhere. I think these modern engines do a really good job of isolating the instruments. Oh, I'll press that on. That's painful. Impressive, definitely impressive for the time, but yeah. We'll put ours on one more time. Just reset that. Our Blue Monday that we've just made was on an engine called. Where's my window capture? There it is. Called WT Beep by Utz, who apparently is one of the best one-bit making people. It's a whole new world. I've never seen this before. Kind of yesterday when I downloaded this. We'll play that. We'll play our little song that we've made one more time, or half a song, just to compare and contrast. And then I might call it night. Thanks for the follow, dedicated liking. Very dedicated liker. I might pull the power on this just to make it quicker. Can you break it by doing this? Don't even have it on the screen. Where's the pointer gone? Right. Okay, we're just resetting it. So we'll have one more listen to our little tune that we've made, and then we'll find something else to do, I think. So we've proven that you can make music with a beeper, I guess is the thing. Not a complete song, we've just made this on stream just to kind of work out what the different buttons do and stuff. I might come back and have another play with this in the future. I might go back to C64, not quite decided, but it's been fun. And that was when my patience and talent ran out. So yeah, bit of fun. I might have another go at that again. But for now, thank you everyone for watching. It's been absolutely smashing. I might come back and do some more music streams soon, or do some C64 stuff or something a bit more interesting. Thanks for all the follows and all the rest of it. We're going to go and have a quick raid. Just going to find someone to raid who's playing something roughly retro. I'm not entirely sure who. If anyone's got any friends that are online now, give us a shout and I'll find some. Otherwise, we'll just raid just some random channel. And yeah, I'm going to come back and do some Octamed stuff when I get my Amiga set up. I'm going to come back and do some more Sid stuff, definitely, because I like Sid. There's no one online. Right, I will raid Simon. So we will go and raid Simon. Give him a bit of love. He's a good guy, Simon. He does a lot of C64 streaming and a lot of Amiga streaming, although currently he's playing something called Fate, which I've not heard of. And thanks very much for all the follows and likes and all the rest of it. I'll catch you all very soon.
The spell could not be completed.
Well, thank you for... Oh, Mike, thank you for the raid. How are you doing today?